next game, the Las Vegas Raiders and the Steelers travelled to the Steelers. Both teams were looking to push on after, let's be fair, fantastic week 1 victories. Raiders beating the Ravens and the Bills losing to the Steelers. It was one of them games where the Raiders, again, early days, but looking very strong. Who would have thought that the Chiefs and potentially the Chargers, with the qualities they have, would be the bottom 2 in the AFC West? I certainly wouldn't have predicted that.
No,
4 weeks
got a
ago.
lot of money for that, certainly.
Yeah, but I'm going to give a bit of credit to the Steelers rookie Najee Harris. Very respectable home debut in the NFL. 100% target to catch ratio and 38 rushing yards. It's obviously 38 is not a lot, but in terms of the receptions and the touchdown for Najee Harris as well, it wasn't a bad home debut for him. Derek Carr, very solid, 28 out of 37 completions, 2 passing touchdowns, total 382 yards. That is absolutely massive from him. The Raiders, a couple of field goals, gave them a 6-0 lead. And then the Steelers actually came back with a touchdown. It was a lovely jet sweep move to the TikTok man himself, Juju Smith-Schuster. He's probably created a TikTok about it. And then another field goal from the Raiders. It was sort of very field goal-esque to begin with, which just kept him in the game. Foster Moreau was then found, extended the Raiders' lead, and they took control from there, really. Yes, Najee Harris got a touchdown back to reduce the game to 16-14, but you always felt that the Raiders were in control with Derek Carr. He then found Henry Ruggs, massive 61-yard touchdown, extended the lead to 23-14, and then just a field goal apiece sort of settled that game, really. But as I said, the AFC West is looking very strong. Obviously, with the Broncos and the Raiders going 2-0, I don't think many NFL fans would have predicted that 3-4 weeks ago to start the season. I
thought it was quite a surprising win. But I suppose you've got to look at it now. To start off with the AFC North side, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is probably classic Steelers nowadays. From the point of view, they got a win that no one gave them a chance in hell getting in Buffalo. When you look at, of course, of how explosive that Buffalo offense was, but they grinded out, and you think, what an opportunity again for Pittsburgh to go 2-0 and go on a long run, unbeaten run like they did last season. But it was, I thought, quite a flat performance from the Steelers. We're seeing really the same old story of Big Ben. I thought the interception he threw was a very cheap one. Just throws that the Big Ben of old just didn't make. But I've been saying this for years to Jamie and yourself and my other mates who watch the National Football League. I just think I put him in that category of Matt Ryan, the Philip Rivers, who's now gone now. For me, it's just a spent force. And I think quarterback got to be a position that Pittsburgh look at in the future. But we know the Steelers are going to be like that, where 1 week they're going to be amazing, the next week they're going to be really ordinary, and this is why they're probably a division round team at best. But the Raiders deserve credit. We criticise the decision-making to move on their O-line, but the fact is, the names they got via the draft or trade are doing a job. They've obviously been working seriously hard in practice to protect Derek Carr, and Derek Carr's producing the goods. He's been able to find your sort of unsung hero like receivers and tight ends. I think when you think of the Raiders and tight ends, you instantly think Darren Waller. Darren Waller's going to dominate. He, of course, still was a threat, but the fact is having a number 2 tight end that can still catch the ball and be a threat in the end zone, which, of course, Foster Moreau is. And yeah, I think it was another very good performance from the Raiders. It seems like that they're a team on their day that can beat anyone. We keep mentioning their win over the Chiefs, etc. And the key thing with the Raiders is just finding that consistency now. If they could go and beat Miami and make that 3 wins on trot, then all of a sudden there could be a dark horse for the playoffs. If their functions have turned around that quickly, really.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the Dolphins, and then I believe they've got the Chargers. So, you know, there's a
strong game, week 4, yeah.
There's a strong possibility that the Raiders could start the season 4-0. Obviously, as a Chargers fan, I don't want that, but it really does depend on Chargers turn up. And we'll get onto the Chargers in a moment. Moving